What's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay, it's just now popping up on YouTube. There it is. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Good morning, two-timers.
What it do? What it do?
What it do, baby?
Let's see.
I was in a stream, maybe it was last week, and someone, I think it was Miss Tiff Star, described us as, she said, it's like watching the news with two friends.
I love it. I love
it. Yes. I get all my news there.
Yes, come on in the room, people.
Yes.
And this link in in visual places.
Yes.
You know those places I'm talking about.
I want to say it's early, but it's not early where you are. I mean, it's early, but it's mid-morning where you are. Hey, Becky.
Hey there.
It's my favorite mom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Well, let us know you're here, folks.
Whew, the best part of waking up is Folgers in my cup.
Look, not Folgers, but yeah.
Folgers.
Okay.
I'm a Folgers gal. I dabble in other people's coffees. There's a company out of, I see my hubs walking.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, like he's literally passing our window. Anyway, from some Xavierites. And they have a coffee company, and I need to re-up on that order.
Yeah,
this black coffee company.
Oh, I've seen. I didn't know they were Xavierites.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, I can get with that.
Right. Yeah. You know, our that pink shirt that I have that says "dope" and it has like the definition. That's theirs.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that I'm a coffee drinker, well.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I gave up sodas like
a decade ago.
No, it's been like 4 years, but it feels like a decade. But when I gave up sodas, I needed that caffeine, so I started drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. And I was like, I always liked the smell of coffee, but I was just not here for the taste. But I found that when I make it at home, when I make it myself, I really, really like it. When I get it out in places, not so much.
I gotta be, I'm the same way. I'm a coffee snob that way. And I'm really hard on coffee that I purchase. Like even Starbucks. I remember, I don't know, maybe about a decade ago, Chick-fil-A changed their coffee recipe.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, okay, what is this?
Yeah, well, this is where I'm about to be really judged, because since I'm watching my blood pressure, I've been eliminating caffeine altogether. So, eliminating caffeine. I eat chocolate and,
Right.
But, so I've been drinking
responsible doses.
Right. And I've been drinking decaf, which is in itself a responsible dose because there's some caffeine in there.
Fact. Not enough to keep me from getting a headache, but.
Right. So some people say I don't really drink coffee, but apparently Chick-fil-A has just gotten rid of decaf from their menu. Yeah.
Burger King, and I sound like I eat like trash. I don't eat like trash anymore, but Burger King also doesn't have decaf anymore. I remember when I was traveling for work and I would go by there because it was on my route.
Yeah.
And oh no, it's frozen on Twitch.
Oh no.
At least that's what one of my sisters says. Bev, she said she's going to get coffee. I don't know if you're sitting there and you're on Twitch. Can you see us? That's problematic. Refresh.
Let's see. Yeah, that is problematic. How about y'all who are not on Twitch? Are you seeing us clearly? Okay, it's moving. Jazzy.
Okay, cool. Yay.
Okay, good. Yes.
Good morning, Afro Jazzy.
Yeah, by the way, good morning.
I heard it's Siblings Day, so
It is National Siblings Day.
What up? That's one sibling.
Okay. Okay, good. Bev's on Twitch and she can see and hear. Good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, I Britt, who was a guest on our show, Dr. Brittany James, was a guest on our show a while back. She posted about Chick-fil-A and getting rid of decaf and some other menu item I don't remember the other day, and she says, "Who even drinks decaf?" And I'm like, people like me who are trying to watch their blood pressure. And she was like, "Go boil some water, bitch."
Oh no, not go boil some water. Rudeness.
I know.
We're not gonna do that.
No, but hey, y'all.
I mean, but if you could be like me, like I don't drink. Okay, from an addiction standpoint, I drink it for the caffeine, right? But the caffeine doesn't affect me. I don't drink it to stay up or
Right.
I drink it. It's just part of my morning routine. And if I don't drink it after about 24 hours, I start going through withdrawal.
Right.
And so, yeah, so that's why I say from an addiction standpoint,
right,
I need it. But
you recognize you're self-aware.
I'm self-aware.
Okay.
I'm self-aware. And also, I mean, I just feel nicer when I have some. I feel like I treat people a little better when it's in the system. I probably do.
Probably do.
I need that shirt. I need that shirt that says, "I drink coffee for you."
Oh, right? That's a good one. Okay, should we, we're 6 minutes in. I think we got everybody all
right, let's just get into it.
Let's tell your shirt for the day.
Well, my shirt for the, let me take this banner off. Then I don't have to stand up and show you the bottoms that I have on.
Yeah, me either, because I'm doing straight up Zoom wear right now.
Okay. So I actually got this a couple of years ago from New York and Company. It just says,
okay. Yes, because you got the light shining on you as though you were.
I'm going to get that Fenty pink powder. I'm going to get the correct brush to brush that on so I can be like a vampire and be sparkly. I don't have the right brush.
The bottle of Fenty stuff, you see her doing that. I had that we got a couple years ago. Kobe, who I see is on.
Hey.
She's in her room somewhere. We've never used it, but we're going on vacation this weekend. We're gonna have shiny shoulders.
Where y'all going?
This week, okay?
Where y'all going? Y'all going somewhere fun? You don't have to disclose the location.
No, we're going to the beach. We got a house and an Airbnb. Actually, maybe a month ago, one day I was in the fetal position on the bed, just in my COVID going through. And my husband was like, "Yeah, let me book a house." So
we need to get out of here.
We need to go somewhere. So we're all going. Used it for a show one time. Okay, we're all going. Me and the daughters and the middle kid. We're going to Caleb and his girlfriend and both moms. So it's gonna be fun. It's a vaccinated pod party.
Did you speaking of both moms, did you watch Saturday Night Live with Daniel Kaluuya?
I haven't. Oh,
they do a skit about spring break and inviting the moms.
No. I haven't watched the last. I guess about to get another one tonight, but I haven't watched the one from last week either.
Okay, yeah, it's worth it.
Oh, it's gonna happen. This week. You know how the week right before you go on vacation, your week is just the worst week.
Crazy.
The worst week of life. That's what I'm experiencing.
Gotcha.
Everybody knows you do that. And my out of office is already on, but I'm still going to be working probably through Monday. So there's that. I know. So here's my shirt. Also not going to show you my pandemic pants, but Uncle Bobby's Coffee and Books. If y'all know Mark Lamont Hill, commentator, activist, author, scholar, Black man. He has a bookstore in Philly. The last time I was in Philly, I wanted to check him out. And it's a great little place. They have amazing books, make you want to pick up a hard copy book, right?
Oh, okay. So I need to stay out of there.
You do. Because when I tell you, I was like,
yeah. I used to be like, ain't nobody got money for hard copies, right? And now I can't go into a bookstore and not buy several.
Right.
I just want to smell the books as I spend $100 on them. You know what I'm saying?
If you're a cover whore, then yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and I have nowhere to store them. Like my bookshelf is. Anyway, that's a whole other show.
It's a whole other show. So when y'all come on in the room, say something. Let us know you're here. Yes,
Deb is here. Woot.
All right, Mickey, why don't you open it up for us?
All right, y'all. Everything is not awesome. That is the title of this week's episode. It is not awesome. Okay, but welcome. It's gonna be awesome for these next couple of hours. So welcome to Twofer Tea. As per usual, visit our blog site, right? twoferblog.com. And we don't have anything new up, but if you're going for the first time, everything's new, right? So go check it out.
That's that positivity right there.
Right? We're gonna try to stay positive. But we're two friends. We're living on opposite coasts for the moment. No spoilers or anything like that. I mean, I'm not moving. Not really. Not exactly. That's a different show. Anyway.
It's a different show. Hey,
two friends, two writers, two big opinions. They coincide sometimes, overlap. Sometimes they're like, what? I can't believe you think that. But that's why you come. You come for that show. We would like to thank our partners who we'll talk a lot more about at the end of the show, but Creative Sippin', Curly and Spiritually Fit, Melanin Mindscape, Disrupting Balance, the Spiked Sweet Tea podcast, and welcome to our newish partners, right? It's been over a month now, but Gluten-Free Black Girl and Clay Botanics. I keep forgetting to post that picture, but more about them at the end of the live. So right now we're going to get into it. I see more people coming in the room. Hey, Chan. I'm sorry, Chaniela. So engage with us in the chat. We can see your comments. If it's really good, we'll blow it up and put you on the screen. Give us your emojis, your high fives, your just jump on in. Okay, the water's warm.
All right, great. Let's see. So let's get started. Let's start right away with a moment of solemnity. As we talk about and think about and send out good thoughts and prayers and vibes to the family of Earl Simmons, known to most of us as Dark Man X. X is up for DMX. I can't speak to other generations, but I can speak to ours. And I'm going to tell you what, DMX is like the portal for my energy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I do.
He is absolutely absolutely the way. He has some of the most terrifying lyrics that if you ever want to feel like,
oh damn,
you don't want none, quote a DMX lyric.
Listen,
there's lots of songs that folks don't even know. Even the one that everybody knows, "Party Up."
I was just gonna say, when I need to have an uncomfortable conversation, when I'm doing something at work and I'm feeling like y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Right. I have to put that on. I have to get hyped. I have to be like, okay, he is definitely the. Remember that scene from Higher Learning when Busta Rhymes is about to go off and he's like, ah! That's the song I hear. And that's the face that I make. Party up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see if we're all adults here. So I'm going to quote some lyrics that actually every time get me crunk. But in Party Up where he says, whatever it is you smoking on, this got you thinking that you're Superman. I got the kryptonite and I'll slap you with my dick and the mic. I would say every time I sing that lyric, y'all be like, y'all don't know. You don't want none of it. You don't want this smoke. Not today.
Now here's what I think about with DMX, and this was not a lyric. This was actually part of a movie line. He was in Romeo Must Die, which is one of my faves. But there's a pivotal scene where somebody.
It's also one of your faves. I don't know how to know that.
Oh man, what? I I paid like full price for that movie on Apple TV before they started making everything cheap.
Yes.
But there's a scene where, you know, he's being coerced into signing over his club. And he's like, you can lose the Gap, partner. And I mean, I was like, how many guns must you have seen in your life? Where that's your reaction to somebody pulling a gun on you.
Right.
And then he says, I ain't signing shit. You just gonna have to shoot me. And I'm just like, whew. And then at the beginning of that movie, he also admonishes there's some shenanigans going down in his club. And he's like, if your ass ain't black, I'm gonna need you to get on up out of here. Unless you trying to die tonight. I'm like, yes. If your ass ain't black. Yes.
I know. Lots of good movies, lots of good music, lots of good preaching. Because when I tell you that DMX is the epitome of the human struggle,
the condition,
complexity, that you can be, you know, like I was like to quote whoever it was who said, I am a multitude. I'm not one thing. I'm not a monolith. That's DMX. He struggled. He was transparent in his struggles. He did not try to pretend to be something he wasn't. And so much respect for him as he really fought the demons. I don't know if you saw video of him explaining how he got started in drugs.
Did. I just, my heart just breaks.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen it, he talks in video very emotionally about how at age 14, when he was just getting started in the rap game, he had a mentor whose name I can't remember, but a mentor who was his mentor in the game and in life, who put him on to smoking a blunt. He had never had one before. And so dude gave it to him, told him to hit it. And he did as he was instructed, and said he felt immediately like, what the hell is happening to me? Come to find out that blunt was laced with crack.
Highly addictive.
Highly and almost immediately addictive. And so thus began his lifelong struggle with addiction.
At 14.
At 14.
And, you know, at some point we need to have a conversation about these mentors and the things that they're introducing into the lives of children. You know, we heard Wayne talk about, you know, basically having sex with a prostitute at 11. We heard, you know, Usher allude to things that he saw that he shouldn't have seen at his young age of 14. And, you know, this story and other stories about how, you know, things that people have to do to get put on. We need to have, you know, at some point we need to have a conversation about what this brand of mentoring is. Cause I think y'all need a different word.
Yeah, we absolutely need a different word. And we need our children to be able to discern. I saw a meme that said something to the effect of, this is why we need to stop teaching children to do everything an adult says because they're an adult.
Yeah.
You know? And I know we do that, especially in the Black community. We do that. You know, you respect your elders and you do what they say do, no matter what. You hug your uncle, even if you don't want to hug your uncle. And we've got to get that needs to be part of that discussion.
Yeah.
I know that was a lot of time on DMX, but
it was a lot.
I know. Go ahead.
So Midwin Charles, which also hit very close to home. She's our age.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, DMX is our age for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, he is.
He's 50. Midwin Charles is 47. And she just I mean, everybody's here one day and gone the next, but she literally was here one day and gone the next. And apparently, like in her last Instagram post, she was like, I don't feel well, which
but they're still saying nothing. And not that they have to.
They don't have to.
Nothing about what happened to her.
Yeah.
Which is
so Midwin Charles is a legal analyst. For those of you who don't know, she was on CNN, she was on MSNBC, just widely beloved, and died mysteriously until we know what it was. And like Kay said, we're not entitled to know what happened, but I'm curious.
I'm so curious because there seemed to be no, that we know of, again, pre-existing condition or anything with which she had been suffering. So crazy, a little scary.
Yeah.
I know these times, every generation goes through it. When you start to see people your age passing at an increased rate.
Yeah. And I didn't think they would be, in our 40s.
No, right?
Yeah, I thought we'd be like 80.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it's getting be about that time, but oof, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one we were not expecting.
Right.
However, this here Prince Philip was 99 years old.
And has been ailing for the better part of a year.
Has been
not this year, but a year.
Yeah, right.
A year for
and has been visibly ailing. You know what I mean? Like the signs are there. Yeah. So
of course they're blaming Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
why not?
Okay, y'all tried it. I almost put it in that category of y'all tried it, but I was like, we're not giving it that much life because y'all are just stupid.
Why does the royal family, I mean, maybe other people do, but I don't know of anyone else who does, still use terms like consort?
Girl, when I read the first day, the longest serving consort, I'm like, isn't a consort like somebody you sleep with?
Right.
Like, isn't that the
connotation?
Exactly. So I'm like, I mean, I watched The Crown, so I know everything. No, I'm just kidding. I knew about the brouhaha around, the fact that he was not, you can't be named king as a result of being married to the actual monarch and, all of this sort of thing. But consort, oh hell no, that's what you're not going to call me. Mm-hmm. That makes it sound like, and they don't sleep in the same rooms.
Yeah.
The highborns in England don't share, so they're not consorting.
No.
They consorted 4, maybe 5 times to get some kids.
I know. Yeah.
Consort.
It's a weird word that I don't like. Not the British definition.
Yeah, they do everything different over there.
Yes, they do. A weird word. But even have you ever heard any other Brits refer to someone as their consort?
Not when they don't mean to offend.
Right. So I think it's a royal family thing.
Yeah, Deb says it's an official title, apparently.
Yeah. It's weird. Okay.
So then what was Camilla? So she's not a consort. She was just a side chick. She was still a side piece.
A British term
for side piece.
Take it ahead.
I would love to know. I would love for that to be in my lexicon, whatever that word is for side, the British word for side piece.
Right.
Side sort. Let's see. Con means with.
Right.
So absort.
I
don't know.
Shank. I love it. Okay.
I just want to say, someone on Twitter yesterday said, let me get off this Bird app before I start seeing pictures of DMX and Prince Philip in heaven together. And I was like, I'm with you, sir, because the first time I see that, I'm gonna be like, no, I see y'all reaching, you Bikram stretching right now. That's not it. Namaste, and no, we are not doing that. If there are ever 2 people who are not sharing a brandy and a stogie in heaven, it's them 2.
Nope. Yep, not doing it. Okay. So you know what? We are the champions. Look, if y'all haven't figured out by now, Tamika is the sports person and I am the nerd person on the comics. But she makes me do sports reading. And yes. Maybe we don't know.
We talked about that last time.
We know Bev. Deb.
We talked about her last time, Deb.
Yes.
We talked all about her. Yes.
But yeah, you make me learn about sports shit. And I'm appreciative because I can learn about the things that are important in sports without watching sports.
I wondered if you were watching the Gonzaga Baylor game.
No, I was just keeping up with scores and I was keeping up with the highlights. So yeah, so I was in my feelings about that. One of our friends who hosts the Spike Sweet Tea podcast was saying that her son was watching it and he was upset about the game. He was like, I don't know why I care. I only know one person who went there. And she was like, who? And he was like, okay.
Yeah. That's totally what I said. I said, I wonder is Kay watching this? I mean, this is our squad. Right. I only was watching because I wanted to see if they could run the table. They were undefeated. So I wanted to see if they were going to do it, but I didn't think that they would. Plus everybody was on their tip about, they're going to do it. They're going to blow them out there. And I was like, they barely got into the final game now. So
hey now. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm just, because I didn't have a dog in that fight.
Right.
I don't really care about either of those teams.
Yes.
Gonzaga's been a bracket buster for years.
Right. So, absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. I did not expect them to be in the game, but Baylor was like, okay, yeah, we got something.
The Stanford women, though, well, first of all, that's all I had to say about Baylor was that they beat us. And so.
And it was their first ever, right, championship. It would have been Gonzaga's, third?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I mean
exactly. Again, not a real dog in the fight, right? Like my kid doesn't play for Gonzaga. So
right. But the Baylor, the Stanford women, who were on one their whole season. I think the whole season they lost 2 games to Colorado and UCLA in January, but who were on one, did the damn thing. So
it's cool because I live in Palo Alto, or in that area. But the last time they won was 92. And they've been really good the last few years. They just haven't gotten it done. And Tara Vanderveer was the coach in 1992. She'd been coaching for a long time. So it was one of those just kind of like, oh wow, they did it. But they tried everything they could to lose that game. The Arizona squad, they had some for them.
Okay.
And their coach, Adia Barnes, Black woman.
Yes.
So, it was like whoever wins. Again, aside from the fact that we live in the area, I definitely don't have a dog in the Stanford fight.
Yeah.
But it was good to watch, and I want to support the women because
and wasn't there something with Dawn Staley gifts?
Yeah, so Dawn Staley is the coach for South Carolina,
right? And
she was also a very prolific women's basketball player. But so she's continuing basically a net passing tradition. They're making it a thing now. So what happened? She was past part of a championship net from the first Black coach at Purdue to win a championship. So she cut some of that net. They cut down the net at the end of the game and they keep it. And sometimes they cut it up and give a piece to all the players and all that. So anyway, Carolyn Peck, she won in 99. And so when Dawn Staley's squad won the SEC tournament in 2015, she was like, let me send you some of my net. And then in 2017 or 2018, I think, what did my notes say? 2017, South Carolina won the whole thing. And it was like, what? So, she got to cut down her own net. And so this time, Dawn Staley sent Adia Barnes from Arizona some part of the net, some part of the 2017 net for making it to the big dance, the big game. And this was their first appearance.
Yeah.
So, and she's also asked Adia Barnes to to be an assistant coach. Sorry, the co-coach. To be an assistant coach for the women's national team. So, I think it's dope that they are, doing this and making this kind of a thing. I don't know if, white men do it. I don't know if black men do it. I don't know that a black man has taken a team to the national championship. I don't think so. But anyway,
I wouldn't know.
I thought that was cool. I thought it was a good tradition. And Don Staley was one who was very vocal this tournament about the NCAA and their fuck shit.
Yes, right.
Disparities and
right.
All of that.
We talked about last episode.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
That is cool.
Big ups to Don Staley.
Jazzy said, Afro Jazzy says, you had Baylor for the win. You did. Why? What I mean, literally, seriously, why? What?
Oh, facts, Quasi. That was so shady. Yeah, I just completely stepped over Cheney. My bad. Georgetown men's team. You right. Sorry.
Thank you for fact checking there.
Yes. John Thompson. I said John Cheney. It wasn't Georgetown. Okay, this is more coffee. More coffee. But yes. And welcome to and Quasi.
Yes. Hey, welcome to the show, y'all. So let's talk a little bit about while we're trying to stay positive. I don't know if we said that.
We did not.
Okay, that's the A block title is trying to stay positive. We trying so hard. But also in this, let's talk a little bit about Tashara Jones, the mayor of St. Louis.
Hey.
What do we
she's a Delta.
In this is St. Louis dance.
Oh, the chicken head.
Yeah.
I like it when you do that right.
I think that's the St. Louis dance. There you go. But anyway, so big ups. Trying to stay positive to Tashara, but already the conservatives are out here acting a fool with your girl. Please tell me you saw okay, first of all, Tashara Jones has this kind of deterrence policing belief and policy which is, what we all would hope police would strive to do. Offer, where we want to offer alternatives to just putting somebody in handcuffs and putting in prison cell, but giving other alternatives. That's kind of her concept, is deterrence policing. Well, Geraldo Rivera, who, as a son of like Puerto Rican folk and Russian Jews, you would think would be a little bit less conservative and understanding of a little bit more sensitive to diversity issues.
You would think.
But Geraldo is out here in an interview going off about, are we got an echo just now? Did you hear that? Just me? Okay. Going off about how in St. Louis, this is not going to work because there is a, quote, black on black civil war. Yeah. Black on black civil war.
Geraldo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, Geraldo. There. Okay. He says, there's a black on black civil war. And then, oh gosh, what is the name of the Terrell? Somebody who he was interviewing with, I've forgotten it, but a black man who used to be a Democrat forever. And then he switched and became like a Trump supporter. Oh, why am I forgetting his name?
Because there's so many of them.
I know. But anyway, he was arguing, almost they were arguing. They were having a discussion about this deterrence policing and Tashara Jones. And Geraldo asked this black man, well, when was the last time you ever been to the ghetto? The black man took offense. Geraldo apologized, then recanted 2 days later. I mean, it's just, we can't take a moment to be happy for Ms. Jones on her new title, because we already out here trying to create ways for her to screw it up. We're already out here discounting all of her ideas and policies. We're already out here. Yeah.
Isn't that what we do? Like
That's
the
what
next
we
couple of
do.
stories are going to be about the inability to be happy.
Yes.
I will say that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 U.S. cities now that are run by black women, not black people, black women.
Black women.
Yeah, Atlanta, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, D.C., San Francisco, St. Louis, New Orleans.
Beautiful.
Started out being alphabetical, but I left out New Orleans by accident. So, I mean, that's also cool.
Super cool. Now, how many U.S. cities are there? I know. I'm doing the most, but yeah, it's still super cool.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go a different way with that question.
Oh, really?
I thought that you were going to talk about how many of them are kinfolk.
Oh, versus kinfolk.
Mm-hmm. But that's a conversation for another time. But anyway, big ups to her.
Yes.
And Lord knows, Missouri cities, Missouri. They need more black representation for real. Like St. Louis and these other cities that are, what did Geraldo say? Black Civil War, black on black
Civil War. Yeah.
Sure.
Did you know we were in the middle of the Civil War?
I did not know that. I didn't get the memo. I haven't been conscripted into service.
Right.
Did not know that. No idea.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Fonnie Willis,
yes,
who's quickly becoming one of my faves.
Yeah, Fulton County, Georgia.
Fulton County DA. Atlanta. She was like, okay, fuck those charges. We will not be sending this to a grand jury against Park Cannon, Representative Park Cannon, who was arrested and charged with with 2 felonies for knocking on Brian Kemp's door while he was signing that bullshit law.
He was hiding behind his door, sitting in front of a portrait of a plantation
with other other white men.
I mean,
tell me, did you see the meme on? I guess it wasn't a meme. It was a little video on TikTok where this kid was like, American spellings are so weird. Like there's so many silent K's, like the silent K in knuckle and the silent K.
Nice.
It has 1 silent K, and he was like the 3 silent K's in Republican. Yeah. Girl.
Yes, I was like, yes, that. Good morning, Miss Tipstar.
Oh, good morning, Miss Tipstar. Good morning, Dion.
Hey, yeah.
Yes, the 3 silent K's in Republican took me out. But
absolutely.
Fonnie Willis was like, save all of that. We will not be furthering these charges.
Yeah, going nowhere.
Get somewhere, sit down.
Right.
Brian and company. No.
That part.
I love that she understands, because I feel like the public doesn't understand the power of the DA's office a lot of times. And lawyer friends in the chat, feel free to chime in here. But the DAs are the people who get to decide, when charges are going to be brought and when they're not. And we only hear about this a lot of times when charges ought to be brought and they're not. We don't hear a lot about DAs being like, we're actually not bringing charges on this. This is ridiculous. We're not doing that.
Yes.
And so, she gets the.
Yeah. And in other news of people who deserve to be shouted out for refusing to cave into this ridiculousness, the Gwinnett County solicitor. I don't know if y'all, the lawyers on here are familiar with what solicitors do. But look it up. Gwinnett County solicitor is refusing to prosecute people for giving food and water to people waiting in voting lines.
Girl.
What?
And thank you for coming out ahead of time and being like, you, I'm not prosecuting any of that.
Right. He's like, this is some bullshit and we ain't on it. So big ups to Gwinnett County solicitor as well.
Okay, we off that. Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. Y'all are having a full-on reunion in the comments, and I love it.
Yes, for real. The Twitch fam is deep. The Twitch fam, they're close. It's a close knit. They travel together. And speaking of unfuckwittable,
I wish we had some theme music for her right now.
let me tell y'all something. Just once per week, tune into a press briefing.
Do it.
You don't have to do it every day, because I promise. Is it Peter Ducey?
Mm-hmm.
I promise, or is he the person that's on Fox? There's a it's Peter. Steve Ducey's the one on Fox. I don't know, this stupid ass last name anyway. Yeah. But there's always someone who is willing to try Jen Psaki.
Always. And
Jen has like the wax on, wax off.
She's Matrix, like.
Yes, she is Neo. She has the fists of fury, like the whole, and she does it without, like, she doesn't break a sweat. She doesn't, have to sip water while she thinks about what she's gonna say. She is like, it's almost like she knows it's coming.
Oh, she does know it's coming, because she turns to her tab in her booklet each time. She's like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Jen Psaki comes with her briefing booklet in front of her, and she has clearly tabbed that shit out with, those indexing tabs you get for your binder in high school. She got all her shit divided. So when you come to her with some bullshit, she was like, I knew you was going to talk about this bullshit. I'm going to bullshit about voting. Turn that tab, leg up.
Bullshit about Madam Vice President visiting a bakery.
Right. She's like, yep, I'm ready for that one. Turns to the tab and gives it to you.
Because first of all, you came with what Kamala was doing. That's the little known, and Jen Psaki basically did the Janet Jackson finger. Like, see, let me tell you what you're not going to do. The vice president is touring blurty, 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 and doing X, Y, and Z. And she can snack. She can eat if she wants to. How about that?
And that's pretty much how she ends every response. Is they can do what the fuck they want to do.
She's like, and so Kay, yes, your question. Like, this conversation's fucking over.
Okay, so when dude asked her, what do you say about people they will be pulling out of Georgia and going to Colorado, when Colorado has voter laws that are very similar to Georgia? And she was like, okay, first of all, she said, she was like, they do not. In Colorado, you can vote and you can register and vote on the same day. On Colorado, they literally send out an absentee ballot, a vote by mail ballot to everyone. Always, I mean, that's not a new thing. They do that. That's what they do.
Fewer than 10% of their population votes on the day of anyway.
They are a 94% vote by mail state. 94% on the regular. And then those who come in to vote, like I said, can register that day. And they have numerous forms of ID that they can show as proof of identification. Numerous forms of identification they can show in order to do so. She was like, she started off with, let me refute that. And here's why. Boom, 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 boom. And then she ended with, and let me follow up and say, the MLB can go wherever the fuck they want. She didn't say
basically,
but
I wish she would just once.
But she said they can do what they want to do.
They're a private business. They're a business.
They're a business, yeah. But you're wrong, but they can do what they want to do. And for that reason and so others,
we stand. Every time I see her name trending, I'm like, okay, let me see who she put in a casket today.
Right.
And I didn't put this on the list, but did you see the video? I don't know what state this was, where some dude jumped up, some mediocre white dude jumped up at they were discussing some bill on a house floor, a state house floor. And he's like, can you explain to us what some term about, I don't know, Afro jazzy, if you're in here, it was a term, it was a legal term. not in context of this bill, but just in general, so that we can understand. Girl, the representative was like, I can only speak of this in terms of the bill, in the context of the bill. And if you want to, know what that term means, you could go back to law school and finish that degree.
Oh.
Sit your $5 ass down.
Oh, I make a change.
That is the energy right there. That's the energy. She stepped to the mic, identified herself. Her last name is Her, Her, and it's on TikTok. Like, you can look it up. It is amazing. I was like, that's the energy right there.
That
you
in my life.
up and you try to call me out and make me educate you on something that you're clearly trolling.
Educate me.
Educate me. Tell me. Why don't you tell me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. You can do
she said, take it on back to Omelettville and get that degree. Yes, 3rd degree burns.
Right. Hey, Dana.
Folded him like laundry.
I love it. That's beautiful.
And not in the pleasant way that woman was folding that towel, winking and shit. I don't know if you saw that one, but yes. Anyway, that's the end of trying to stay positive. Now we get to be really nasty.
Yeah, because you know what? There's only so much positivity. I think this is a great place, though, to slide in something we didn't have on here, because we're talking about staying positive. And I would really love to talk about someone who is known for her toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity. Okay, because let's keep it 100. You can't every day wake up, wash your face, and be great, girl. You just can't. Sis. Because she loves saying sis. Sis.
So please, let's talk about our girl, Rachel Hollis.
Can I just say, I did not recognize her name as she was being dragged through the streets of Black Twitter. Okay. No, and not just Black Twitter, Twitter.
Yes.
Come to find out, I actually have one of those books in my
I'm sure we all do. And I'm sure we've all have gifted one or been gifted one.
I've never opened it. I haven't read it, but I was like, who the fuck is Rachel Hollis? Like, I had to go look it up. And then I was like, oh, wait, I think I have.
Did it change your life?
Haven't cracked it open. Have no idea. But yes, Rachel Hollis.
Girl, go ahead.
I'm looking for the word. She showed us who she is. She showed us how one can proffer these books and be completely the opposite person while doing it. She showed us how you can put forth bullshit for money and be the opposite of that person.
Yeah,
she's got to be a conservative. She has to be a Republican, because they're the only ones that I have seen thus far that can be so far out there about values and Rachel Hollis's point, relatability, and try to trade on being relatable, only to be like, bitch, I'm not relatable. If my life is relatable, I'm not doing it right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She also recently compared herself to Harriet Tubman. Yeah, let me see if I can find the exact quote. She's out here doing the most.
And not just Harriet Tubman, like some other people. Yeah. But Harriet Tubman was like, oh, okay, you tried it.
Yeah, let's see.
She basically was like, I have a nanny, I have a housekeeper, I have this, I have that, I have that.
Who comes to her house twice a week to clean the toilets, is what she said.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, some shit you just need to shut the fuck up about. But when that was the whole thing. She started off talking about this sweet woman who comes to her house twice a week to clean the toilets. And people were like, bitch, you privileged as fuck. And then she was like, that's when she came in with I'm not relatable.
I have these things because I wake up at 4:00 in the morning. Really, bitch? Because I wake up at 4:00 in the morning. I don't have none of that.
But she says that other women were unrelatable too, like Malala, who used to, I'm going to mess up her last name. We all know who Malala is. And Harriet Tubman, and all of those women were unrelatable too, just like me.
Girl, shut your mouth. That's her next book.
But then the woman who wrote "Girl, Stop Apologizing,"
Girl, wash your face.
She went on an apology tour. Don't apologize, Rachel Hollis. You said it,
girl.
But yeah, she went on to apologize, and she's like, I'm not actually comparing myself to these women. There's no comparison, except that you did.
Except that you did. Yes. Girl, shut the fuck up. That's your next book.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Except that you did. And her apology tour was whack.
It was whack.
It was like, okay, just stop talking.
Yes, Meta. She's the girl author.
Yes.
Exactly. Girl, talking. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So that wasn't even on the runner show, but we just had to stick
we had to stick that in there.
About Rich Hollis.
It's an appropriate intro into They Tried It.
Yes.
And I just want to say, I've been waiting all week to talk about the first person under They Tried It.
Yes. And I want you to know, can I read the quote in full?
No. You can read. Okay, I tell you what. I will play the reporter and you read the answer, because I downloaded the whole transcript so that I can have the context of what happened here. Okay, so this is what we're about to talk about, everybody. That's Hubert Davis, who used to play for the Tar Heels. And was an assistant coach under Roy Williams.
Oh, yeah. He was, yeah.
And if you were a Carolina or a Duke basketball fan back in the day, in the 90s, then you know who Hubert Davis is, because it's probably the first time you heard of a black dude named Hubert. But also you were just like, oh, Carolina has a couple of black dudes on their team too. Cool.
Yeah, he's coaching at UNC right now. And it's a big deal.
Yeah, he got named head coach. Roy Williams announced he was retiring. They were like, we're naming Hubert Davis. Everybody was like, woo, this is big shit. There's never been a black head coach at Chapel Hill before. I mean, for the basketball squad, this is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
You know, they did not step over him to go get some other unqualified or less qualified white dude. They picked Hubert.
Yes. And Hubert recognizes that it's a big deal. He said so. I'm going to let you read the quote because this means so much to you. Go for it.
Listen, at the presser, where all you had to do was show up and be like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to work. I got some recruits, you know, I'm amped, I'm honored.
The legacy of greatness.
So he was asked, what are your feelings about being the first Black head coach at UNC basketball? And have you had an opportunity to speak to Charlie Scott, who is the first Black scholarship basketball player at UNC? That was the question. Let it wash over you. Here's the answer. I have not.
Wait a minute, let me interrupt you. Please read all of his wrong words as wrong as they were.
I'm reading them as written.
Okay, go.
I have not. Before I came down here, I had a note on my desk saying that he called. And I'm so looking forward to giving him a call and having a conversation with him. It is significant, Steve. It's significant that I'm African American and I'm the head coach here. It's significant. I know that in terms of Division I head coaches all around the country, only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, especially African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the fourth African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina.
And here's where we go left. Go ahead.
I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white. And I'm very proud that my 3 beautiful, unbelievable kids are a combination of both of us.
Did nobody ask you that? Did nobody ask you that?
Bambi said, what? Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
So first of all, compromised.
Right. And I would like to say the transcript says that he said, I know it's significant on that second time after he talked about the compromise, but he said it's significance. I listened to it and he said significance.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, 26% of head coaches in men's basketball are compromised.
And see, I was willing to give him a pass because I was like, he's nervous.
Yeah.
But at that time, let me just So all of this is just, all of this first page is just him talking. Then we get to questions. So you shouldn't be nervous anymore.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the 7th question. Yeah. So for those of you that are about to say he was rambling, he was nervous, no.
Can you reread the part that starts at 26%, please?
Only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, specifically African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the 4th African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina. I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white. And I'm very proud that my 3 beautiful, unbelievable kids are a combination of both of us.
So one sentence, just that one sentence. Mm-hmm. I'm very proud to be African American, but. And I'm also proud that my wife is white. Yeah, not proud to be married to this woman. Not proud, which literally had nothing to do with what he was asked.
Apropos of nothing.
Nada.
And also, so let me just be clear. Mm-hmm. No one is surprised that your wife is white.
Yeah, duh.
That is not the issue. And when I woke up that morning and Van Lathan had posted, yo, what the fuck? I was like, oh no, what did he do already? Yeah. So I was expecting some sort of, fantastical. Okay, when I watched the clip, I was just like, dude, we couldn't be happy for you for 5 minutes before you
had to throw some shit in there that
you made it sound like that's why they hired you.
I didn't even get
it sound like
I didn't even get that. To me, he made it sound like please don't focus on my blackness because I feel some kind of he's trying to distance himself from his blackness.
Or that he's trying to get ahead of what he thinks is going to be the controversy that he's married to a white person.
Well, that's even more stupid. That's even stupider because that's the whole, when I got white friends, I got black friends. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything. Why am I on all the F-bombs today?
And the whole my unbelievable kids who are a combination of both. Thank you for explaining science to us also.
Right.
Like you did a lot of things with that answer.
Good morning, Salty.
Don't come for me because I'm married to a white woman. Exactly. That's how I kind of felt. I kind of felt like in that one question, which again, completely unnecessary. That wasn't the question. The question wasn't about how does that square with your, in which case you could have told the reporter to fuck off.
Right.
If he had said that, right? Because that's not important.
Yeah. But he was distancing himself from his blackness, which I'm gonna keep it 100 that there was a time, well, not in the way that he did for several reasons. One, I don't have that kind of platform, but 2, I'm an adult. But when I was, young or early 20s or what, and I was in a room where there was nothing but white folk, and they start talking about your blackness, that shit can be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And you want to bring up other things like, yeah, but I'm also smart. Yeah, I'm also, you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily that you have a problem with your blackness, but you want them to recognize that you are a whole person for whom being black is just a part.
Correct.
I didn't get that from him. Especially, if you took his words and you didn't watch it at all, and you just read his words, he was like, yeah, I'm proud of this, but look at this. I also got a white wife.
Yeah, but not and, but.
Right.
But also,
right. I also got a
white wife. I have all boxes checked.
Right.
I am a successful black man who has a white wife.
Right. So So I'm valuable, worthy. I got this. You can trust me. Oh yeah, your boy.
When shutting the fuck up is completely free goes wrong.
I mean, completely free. Why not just take advantage?
You actually laid the kindling out and then gave us the lighter fluid and the matches where there wasn't going to be smoke. Again, nobody cares that you're married to a white. No one cares.
No
one was surprised and no one cares.
Nope.
It was the way that you put that, you inserted that into the conversation for what?
You made it part of the narrative. So how about this? I promise you that when you get famous for, some great medical discovery and the paper that you write about it, I will advise you as your friend to shut the fuck up.
Hey, how about that?
I will do that. But you do the same for me. Advise me that when it's appropriate, don't say a thing.
And that's the thing. That's what I told Hubs. I was like, you know what? In the 24 hours that he was named coach, he needed to assemble a team.
Yes.
And there should have been a Jerry Maguire type sitting next to him. Everybody's like, who is that? Who is that person? That's the person that's tapping him on the leg and saying, don't answer that. Don't stop talking. Shh.
Yeah, he needed a Jen Psaki to give him a book so he could go, oh, first black?
List of significant reasons right here. Don't deviate. If you get lost, go back to the talking points.
Right. He needed a binder with some tabs in it. I know. Hubert. There you go. But all of our sports figures are out here wilding this week. Your boy, Paul Pierce.
Boy.
ESPN analyst, former Celtics player.
Former ESPN analyst.
Yeah, former ESPN analyst.
Former.
Paul is out here. Wow.
King of the bad takes.
I mean,
king of the bad takes.
It was like at first, okay, help me understand from your perspective. I thought, okay, let me go back. For those of you who don't know, Paul Pierce had an IG strip party. He had dancers in the background and in the foreground, in bikinis,
grinding on the ground and
up on the ground, rubbing on him. And he was sitting up here like he was on, a music video set in the camera, like, hey, I'm the man. I got women I paid to be naked around me.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, on IG Live, which is really not a good look when you're trying to keep your job. I mean, I'm just saying, good morning, DJ Rhea. So yeah, Paul was out here doing the most, and ESPN responded with a pink slip.
Now let me tell you, let me just insert a little something about the pink slip. I personally think that Paul Pierce was fired because his takes are shitty, and they always are, and fans don't really rock with him on the jump and everything else. Like he's, his takes are aggressively bad.
Yeah.
Right.
This was just the out. This was an excuse.
I think this was the out because they wrapped it in COVID protocols. He wasn't wearing an ESPN shirt. He wasn't doing any of that. He was just out being foolish on IG Live, which separate conversation. Why do we feel like we have to do these things?
Right.
But so I just want to put that out there that I think that this gave them okay, we can get rid of him because he's terrible. And yes. And I'm not certain that that's not that he did. It wasn't like a, what do they call it? When you like buck up at the police and get shot and they're like, it's an assisted suicide. Like, I feel like this was part of that, that he also wanted out and was like, here's some
I mean, it had to be, this was so
egregious.
Yeah. Just so egregious. So tremendously stupid. And then how he gets back on IG to react to the fire. He's like, big things coming. And why was Shaq uncontrollably laughing when he was bringing up his name? He couldn't even say his name without giggling. Shaq is like, Paul Pierce.
Because no one likes him. He is the Ted Cruz of NBA analysts.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, I'm looking at y'all. But so yeah, DJ React agrees it was an easy out for him. Which is what you added that. Yeah, he is the epitome of one of these things does not belong. But yeah, I mean, it looked like, I mean, it looked a little manufactured even. The video did.
Yeah.
Because I never seen a strip party like that. Not that I'm hanging out at strip parties.
Yeah, and clearly he don't have friends because none of them were there.
None.
So it wasn't like, oh, KG, Kevin Garnett came through, and no one of note was there. It was him and some paid actors, some paid crisis actors.
Well, there you go.
Bye, Paul.
I know.
Happy trails to you.
Yeah, do what you do, homie. And you've left in your wake a bunch of laughing analysts who find what you did hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious.
So on to the next under our they tried it heading. Alabama Secretary of State. Go ahead, Nikki.
John Merrill and Quasi, I don't know if this is what you were alluding to the other night in your stream when you were like, I hope you talk about Alabama, but this is what I found on Alabama. Secretary of State John Merrill, who intended to run for a Senate seat, has long been like an opponent of, as he calls it, alternative lifestyles, right? He has singled out Megan Rapinoe as enemy number one, and her outness and her, kumbaya, everybody just do you and live and all that. It's just tearing away at the fabric of, right family values and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna separate what happened from the narrative that has been too pervasive for too long, right?
Right.
Here's the narrative. He's been having an affair. Yep. Surprise. With one of his coworkers. And it's a woman that he likes. Some texts got leaked. One of them was a picture of this woman strapped up. Everybody on here knows what that means. I will not explain further.
Yeah. If you don't know, Google it.
Look it up. Followed by texts, which I did not include here today. I really should have, because they were chef's kiss magnifique. But it had to do with, sex acts and fingers up booties and, things like that he liked, balls in mouth and, all this sort. It was very graphic. And so first he tried to, go ahead.
Just don't understand how you can be a politician and put any of this shit in writing or digital space or the digital space
in 2021.
I don't understand.
Because see, in 2000 or in 2007, when texting started really blowing up, I can see how you might get got thinking, oh shit, I didn't know that could be tracked.
Right.
Okay. But so, all right. So he's having this illicit affair with his coworker. And these pictures and texts have been leaked. And so why I said I was separating the two things, because how you like it doesn't really have anything to do with being straight, being gay, none of that. Right. If you like it that way, that's cool. So I'm not trying to equate that you have underlying
shaming,
gay undertones or anything like that. I'm just simply saying you out here talking about family values and you sleeping with your coworker. So now he's not running for Senate anymore.
I mean, he said in his statement, obviously, I'm not.
Obviously, after he denied it.
Yeah.
After he react, it's not 1996 anymore. After he denied it, after he said she was stalking him.
Yep.
And see, this is where dudes, you're going to stop calling me out of my name. You know I've got receipts, bitch. Don't do it.
Always have receipts.
Don't make me pull. Did you learn nothing from Madam Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah.
Don't try me. Don't come for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And he did the whole, even with her, we need to stop this. It's a bad thing. And I need help to stay away from you. And the help is coming from God. And she did the whole, so the last time we had sex is the last time we're having sex. And he's like, it is. I mean, it should be. I mean, it's supposed to be. Come on, dude.
Family values.
Come on.
Y'all are still out here talking about family values.
Yes.
And every time we can't even turn all the way around. We don't even have to go 180. We barely have to go 90 degrees to find your dirt.
But can we talk about what does that even mean? What does family values mean? Because all these motherfuckers out here doing raunchy shit are part of somebody's family. Mm-hmm. So can we just be real when we say family values? Can we just be transparent with what we mean? We mean
correct.
This gender, heterosexual,
yes,
Christian.
Yes. Because I have long said, don't talk to me about how, somehow homosexuality is ruining the institution of marriage until you talk to me about, no, not ever, but not when you don't also add, no, I'm still saying this wrong, not when you don't address adultery.
Exactly.
Tearing at the fabric of marriage. Like, your argument is bullshit. Let's talk about adultery. Two people who love each other. That's the end of that, right? You start stepping out and doing all that's just something separate altogether. It has nothing to do with who is in the partnership.
Right. Except for it has something to do with the people who are in the partnership, who they are as people. Yes. Not of their preferences.
Okay, Quasi, I have to know, what were you talking about with Alabama? If that was go on and drop that in the chat. I need to know.
Yes, do tell.
That was just exhausting. It's so exhausting.
But it's just
and predictable.
As old as time. I mean, what I mean? Tale as old time, song goes round. It's the same thing over and over and over again. We know whenever somebody doth protest
too much.
We know what's really going on. You're usually one of the biggest offenders of your own belief system. So
mantra.
Yeah, your own mantra. I love it.
Oh, and so while we're on two-faced as conservatives, all right, I'm just gonna say it. The conservatives want to cancel Major League Baseball. Alabama banned the practice of yoga and the word namaste in public.
Get out of here. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. That's okay. We're going to come back to that next time.
Wow.
They're trying to cancel baseball because baseball took a stand and was like, we're not going to have the All-Star game in Atlanta, in Cobb County, as a result of this draconian law that you guys had passed. Mm-hmm. Now, interestingly, Major League Baseball is full of white people and people of color, not a lot of Black people to begin with. But, Bob Manfred was like, nah, that's not a good look. And since the beginning of time, letting your money talk tends to bend the wheel. I mean, look at the Montgomery bus boycott, right? Like, when people were like, okay, we're just gonna stop taking the bus, suddenly after a year or so, it's like, okay, you about to bankrupt this, you don't have to sit in the back of the bus. Right. So this is not a new thing, right? Mm-hmm. But in addition to baseball, they also want to boycott Coca-Cola. Thank you, Tim Scott, with your cooning ass. Mm-hmm. And Delta. Let me know how that works out. Right. These are the conservatives now. So the conservatives are like, we're not going to have Coke at any of our meetings. And mind you, their fearless leader had an office with Coke in the picture. That picture just slayed me. But you're not serious. Coke doesn't care if you don't have them at your meetings. And you're going to boycott MLB the same way you boycotted the NFL, which is to say not at all.
So this is what pisses me off, is the conservatives continually Right. Continually Columbus boycott.
That part.
So the whole boycotting Delta, boycotting Coca-Cola, these were boycott. No, she said Woca-Cola. Woca. These were boycotts started by people who were protesting these companies for not speaking out.
Correct. The oppressed.
Suppression, yeah, for not speaking out against the voter suppression laws. So folk on our side of the fence aisle, whatever you want to call it, were saying we're going to boycott these companies until they make a statement rejecting these suppressive laws, and until they pull their money out of supporting folks who have written and uphold these oppressive laws. But yet again, when companies they hear what's going on and they're like, oh shit, we need to make a better PR move, because don't get it twisted, it's a PR move. But when these companies figure out, you know what, oh shit, we need to make a better PR move, and they address our concerns, then all of a sudden they Columbus these boycotts, are saying it's, oh yeah, there's a reason this is down. They did it before with Nike, like you said, and now the conservatives are doing it here. Like you said, Coke don't care because right now it's a PR issue. Delta don't care, it's a PR issue. Yeah. They understand that looking like they care is important, and therefore they don't give a shit about your little play boycott that your orange leader has incited.
And I find it funny, like you were just saying, that as long as it's on your side, whatever it is, whatever they're doing, as long as it serves your agenda, you're cool with it. Old turtle face ass Mitch McConnell out here talking about you need to stay out of politics. Really? Oh no, but I'm not talking about donations. Well, right, yeah. You can't have it both ways.
Right. Also, who needs to stay out of politics? Everybody. If that's the logic, that's stupid.
And then the Braves coming out with their inexplicable, who works in PR for the Atlanta Braves? Because that was I don't even have a term. I can't make this term stronger, but that was the most fuck shit statement.
Fuck shittiest. I swear
I was going to say it. I was going to say the fuck shittiest statement that ever. File under shutting the fuck up is completely free. It's done, homie. It's done. And don't try to invoke the name of Hank Aaron.
Oh, to which his kin was like, yeah, keep
my daddy's name out your mouth. Because if we're going to go there, then let's just talk about the fact that he never even would have played in Atlanta unless y'all desegregated Fulton Stadium, which you're now trying to resegregate by moving out to Cobb's. Fuck you. And the horse you rode in on. And then here comes the Texas governor. Bitch, nobody asked you anything.
Nobody asked you.
And here you are. I'm not going to throw out the first pitch. Great. So let somebody who can actually throw a ball out do that. And we weren't coming to Texas. We weren't going to not do it in Georgia and come to Texas. So
there was never said that was happening.
Sit down. And then here comes Colorado. They're like, we support the MLB's decision. We understand, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, everybody can't wait to have a bad take. They can't wait to come out with a bad, ice cold take.
Yeah, but I love how anytime a company takes a stand or believes in something that is opposite to the conservative belief, it's them being pressured by the woke media. It's them caving to wokedom. It's them. It can't just be them making an informed decision that aligns with their beliefs. I'm not saying they did this. It's PR, whatever. But I'm saying it can't just be that. It always has to be that someone has caved from, in the belief system.
We need a new word, because woke ain't it no more.
No more.
Woke has become the New Balance of words.
Not the New Balance.
We let them have that.
The New Balance.
The specific kind, because I rock with New Balance. But that conservative, high-waisted jean, white New Balance that the conservatives have taken over. So we have to let them have the word woke, because
also
cancel culture. I mean, Jamel Hill was on Joy Reid's show the other night, and she opened her her comment with, "I need y'all to stop using the word woke." It does not mean what you think it means.
Right.
It'll be too soon. So words that need to be banned: woke, cancel culture, unprecedented. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Oh yeah, because everything is pretty much precedent.
It's all precedented now.
Yeah,
so yeah, I need that shit to go away. But yes, and Tim Scott, sir, if I won the lottery, I would donate all of my money to primary you, sir, to get rid of you. I would replace you with
not donate all your money,
all of it. It would I take that back. Half of it would go to getting rid of Joe Manchin, and the other half would go to getting rid of you. So
I'd save a third for a party with Paul Pierce.
Yes, New Balance that you buy at Kohl's, DJ React. Yes, those ones,
yes.
Not the ones that you go seek out. Like, ooh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So descending into further rings of hell.
You know what? It's really continuing with the idea of, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. The conservatives speaking out one side of the neck and, getting hit with strap-ons on the other side of their neck.
Y'all, Matt Gaetz. I need the Denny Green clip. He is exactly who we thought he was. He has the most punchable face next to Rafael Cruz. Mm-hmm. And he's a pedophile and a predator, and his bouffant is high because it has all the names of 17-year-olds and younger girls that he hit.
Wined and dined
and paid for on Venmo because he's a dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly who we thought he was, though. Like, everybody who saw him at the RNC, because I didn't know who the fuck Matt Gaetz was until he introduced somebody at the RNC. But when I saw
one word, Florida
man.
Florida.
He rubbed me the wrong way. Hubs even was like, "Who is that? I want to punch that dude, and I don't even know who he is." I want to punch him, and I don't even know who he is. Florida man, only from the state of Florida. Y'all, seriously, we need to saw Florida off. Like,
we do.
It's done.
I mean, there's a reason we say it's the penis of the country. So listen, speaking to a small crowd on Friday, Gaetz said, quote, "Big government, big tech, big business, big media, they'd all breathe a sigh of relief if I were no longer in the Congress fighting for you." So that's the route he's going with the whole, this is all just an extortion attempt.
Extortion for what?
Right. Yes, we do, madam.
You about to have me at 0 days. You about to have me back at 0 days.
Yes, we cut penises off. We Lorena Bobbitt and Florida.
Bobbitt them hoes. Yeah. What piece of legislation have you championed for your constituents? What have you done other than, or that was Hawley, that wasn't Gaetz. What have you done other
face, but
than take advantage of young women? And first of all, y'all teach your daughters, like, help them with self-esteem, because that dude ain't it. Mm-hmm. He was never it. Yes, Beavis and Butthead looking ass. Exactly. Yes. I just don't understand. And his boy is getting ran, and so he has signed an agreement to cooperate. And they don't have you cooperate to get low-level hussies. They want the big fish. And guess who's the big fish in this story, bitch? It's you.
Yep.
So yeah, Tucker Carlson's reaction was phenomenal.
Oh, I didn't see his reaction. I will say the House Ethics Committee has opened probes into all this, just FYI.
He was on Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, we had dinner. We had dinner together. You and your wife and me and one of my companions. You met her, and da-da-da. And Tucker Carlson was making the face he always makes, which is right. But then when he stopped talking, when Gaetz stopped talking, he said, "I have no recollection of that dinner. I don't know." Don't touch me, man. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not just coming for me. They're coming for you. They're coming for this country. That's funny. Yeah,
Tuition money. I see it, Dana.
tuition
Yeah,
money.
tuition on Venmo. And see, people don't know Venmo will put your business in the street to other
In the
people
street.
because it'll be like Kay paid Tamika
Yes.
$900, and I'm like,
I don't use Venmo because
on
Venmo
what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't use Venmo. Venmo tells all your business.
All your business.
And they said, yeah, he paid $900. First of all, you ain't paying $900 for tuition, so don't nobody think that. $900 in varying amounts to 3 women over one time. $900 at one time to his boy, who was the
Greenberg.
Greenberg's trafficker. So yeah, there's no, yeah, he did the Kiki Palmer. I do not know this man.
I do not know this man. Mariah Carey. I don't know her. I don't know her.
Stop it. I'm so sorry. He said, I stay lurking on Venmo to see who's going on trips together and stuff.
Right. I'm like, it comes to me. I was like, why do I know that you sent $250 to so-and-so waxer? Like, okay. TMI.
I know. I'm telling you, that's why I don't use it. See, DJ React says I be hella nosy on Venmo. Y'all, the proof is right here. Don't use it.
It's right here. It's right here.
Folk, I see in your business. Matt Gates, you dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah. But that's what I don't get. Maybe there are some smart conservative creeps out there who are doing their dirt in a much more private and efficient way. So imagine all of the ones who are out there who we don't know about, because these dummies are out here.
But it makes me upset because there was a person out here in California who, her name, I cannot call it right now, but she had to resign from her seat for having a consensual relationship with one of her staffers.
Yes.
That was exacerbated in the public because it was, 2 women. And I'm just like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. This dude is out here talking about what he ain't gonna do. I ain't resigning. I'm not stepping back. And this woman, her career was on the rise. Her star was on the rise. And she had to step down because her fuck-ass ex-husband was like, I'm gonna release these pictures, and did. Mm-hmm. Bullshit.
But we know
it's a different show.
No equity.
Yeah, Katie, but I didn't want to say Katie Porter because she actually is in Congress, right? She's the whiteboard chick. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Katie. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now that, yes, Tiff Star Venmo is basically Facebook. Also, Salty just put me onto some game of which I was not aware. I was looking at, can you put that one on the screen?
Katie Hill. She said
phone bills. I be looking at who paid for phone bills and electric too. Those are relationship transactions. What?
Because also, y'all, why do you put shit in the notes?
Right.
If I'm gonna send you money, Kay, I'm gonna just be like, I Venmo'd you.
You know what it is. That's gonna be my note. You know what?
Yeah.
We talk. That's my note.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about that. I see who gets their lashes done, who's dating who lives with all of it. Wow. All of it. You just really put me on to some game. Now I want to open back up more time.
Meta said Katie Hill needed Kirk Franklin to handle her ex-husband. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I look for who sends people $69. Get out of here, Meta.
Yeah, why isn't it just private automatically, right? That's the devil.
I am, these are moments when I realize I've been married for so long, I don't know what's actually going on in the dating world.
Yeah.
So y'all schooling me, because this is very, very interesting. Yes, Venmo clearly messy. Oh, Matt.
The fall is going to be spectacular. I keep whipping up your base, please, so that when it all comes down, like I want to see the electric slide away from him. It gives me life. It's white woman tears, and then the slide, and then
act like it never happened. They forget about it.
Yeah.
So
write a book and
right. So
file under cancel culture, all that.
yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Please tell me do you have any production? Do you have the cover of John Boehner's book? Damn it. Because the cover of his book is
The ladies' man.
Yes, it gives me Cavassier vibes. It does give me Cavassier vibes. So if y'all have not seen John Boehner's book,
let me see if I can find it.
On the House is the name of the book of his new memoir. And his cover is very the ladies' man, Cavassier vibes. And I just like, is this a political memoir? John Boehner. So
let me see if I can get it up. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yes, please, because I need y'all to just, as Mickey would say, let it wash over you. The hilarity that is. I don't know who his people are who said, you know what, this is the one. This is the image that you need to promote this political memoir. But anyway, yeah, he says all kinds of stuff in this memoir that, he's one of those people. I don't love labels. I don't love, having to put people in a box to be able to relate to them. But he's one of those people who I can't figure out.
Yeah.
Because, he's been getting out his own supply. But I can't figure him out because, he seems, hey, I think.
I can't make it bigger.
Damn it. But you can see there's a whole Cavassier moment there.
Let me just stop that share. That share is whack.
Yeah, but you get the idea. But anyway, so this book, he's doing all the, he's weird because y'all know was Republican. But, toward the end of his time as speaker, he did a lot of I don't want to say flip-flopping. Also, what he said, I can't make it bigger.
Also, what he said, yes.
Like he says in the book, he wishes he had advocated or he had fought against Clinton impeachment. He says things like, and Ted Cruz is like his mortal enemy.
Well, that's why I brought him up.
Yeah.
Because he got all the smoke for Ted Cruz.
He does. And Ted Cruz is his mortal enemy, which I love. But I have to say, Ted Cruz said something about his book. I mean, because like the last line of his book is basically equivalent to fuck Ted Cruz.
Not only that, the audio version includes him telling Ted Cruz to fuck off multiple times.
Yeah.
They said he gets lit to wine and goes off script on the audio. And it's like, fuck off, Ted Cruz.
And this is what Ted Cruz had to say in response. And I don't fuck with or care for Ted Cruz, but this might be the best line, and I'm going to use it somewhere at some point. So be ready for it, Mickey. Cruz said, and I quote, "I wear with pride his drunken, bloviated scorn." End quote. I wear with pride his drunken, bloviated scorn. And I'm good saying that to somebody. I can think of at least 3 people who have drunken, bloviated scorn that I wear.
Well, Boehner is definitely doing the thing where he's trying to get into heaven. Mm-hmm. And yes, I was just about to say he was so hateful to Obama.
Absolutely.
He was the Speaker of the House at the time. Mm-hmm. And if you read Obama's book, I mean, it's clear again what the agenda was. And that's a whole separate show because I have thoughts about what's happening with Biden right now. And it involves doing the exact same shit that Obama tried to do, except you're a white man, so everybody's riding with it. But anyway, so yes, he's trying to get into heaven, but I'm here for him excoriating Ted Cruz at every turn. I mean, he basically was like, they're the king of the crazies. I give you Ted Cruz. Like seriously, he is like, don't fuck with him. The only thing he could have done to make it better was call him by his actual name.
Yes.
Ted. like call
Yeah,
him
but he
actually.
couldn't get away with that. He couldn't get away with that.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, it would have been amazing, but it also might have been a little bit racial. So he couldn't get away with that.
I mean, he could have just blamed it on the alcohol.
Yeah, he could have. He could have. But yeah, you're right. That's what it is. He's trying to get into heaven, but he's doing the whole thing. Dude, who are you? What is it you believe in? What do you think? I mean, look, we know what you think because you put it all out there in this book. Yeah. But where do your loyalty lie? I mean, I think he's trying to kind of kick it like I would have done better by Obama. I would have, done these things, except that the party was moving in a direction with these crazies. And I was just like, that's why I won't purchase your book. That's why I won't read it. If someone leaks it online for free, I might do that, but you will not be getting any of my coins. No, absolutely not.
Fuck you. But,
yeah.
And also, thank you for your
exactly
your hire. Like you're saying the things. You're saying the things. Thank you.
It puts me in such a weird place because I'm like, I don't like you, but the enemy of my enemy is. I don't know what to do with all this energy.
Oh dear.
I know. So, and y'all don't know this, but we made a special effort. We got a little bit more for y'all, but we made a special effort. Keep those short today. They're never going to learn that, Bev. That it's some country over party. They're never going to learn that. That's never. That has been the problem. That has been the problem. But we made a special effort to keep the show short today. Because March and April are crazy cakes for us.
Bananas.
Absolutely bananas. I have an honors program for my daughter today. Mickey is in the middle of doing a virtual 5K.
I'm running the tech for the virtual 5K.
Yeah, so we're doing the most.
People are texting me, blowing me up with questions, and I'm like, I'm busy. I told you I wouldn't be available until.
I know, right? I know. I answered a question from my sister-in-law. She was like, how are you texting during the live show? Because we are doing the most today. But we're here to talk with y'all because it brings us joy, and hopefully it does the same with you guys. So that said, we got our C block. Have you seen it where, we always like to get with you guys?
Oh, wait, we skipped one thing.
Oh, did we?
We skipped the fact that Arkansas.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I can't believe I skipped that one.
The Arkansas legislation that was coming out about denying trans kids gender affirming treatment. They, both houses are Republican. The governor's Republican. So, this piece of legislation just sailed right through. Right, we're just not going to give medical care to these kids. Fuck them. That's how they. Right, the governor. Asa Hutchinson was like, nah, no, we're not doing that. Veto. We're not going to deny people health care. That's barbaric. It's this, it's that. I mean, he came out with his whole chest and was like, yeah, I won't be signing that. Yeah. The legislature was like, yeah, we're going to override you. How about that? And they put it into law. Mm-hmm. They became the first state of this here union to deny children healthcare because they are trans.
Yep. Yeah. Let that one what?
Yeah, let it wash over you. It's awful. I mean, and the governor, I was shocked to read that the governor was like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, wait, Asa Hutchinson, let me look him up. Yeah, he's a Republican. Okay, that's what I thought. He was like, come on, y'all. We doing too much. We veto. No, go back to the lab. And they went back to the lab and they were like, we overrode you. Yeah. You have a seat.
The governor, I was recently on, I follow some crazy, let me just people I follow on IG. It's an eclectic mix of people. But I follow Sean Hayes. And he recently posted this video of a dude, a country singer, a song where he calls himself a blue neck. And he's basically a liberal person from the sticks. It's like when you are a country person born in the sticks and raised a certain way, but you actually have liberal beliefs. And so he's called himself a blue neck. And that's what I was like, Hutchinson, are you a blue neck?
He's like your man from Georgia, from Marjorie Taylor Greene's district that keeps coming on. He's like, what the hell are y'all mad about? What you got to be complaining about? I'm tired of being lumped in with y'all.
Yep.
Blue neck.
Yeah, but they out here.
That's just Jack, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, don't go give him. Oh, see.
Preach on it, Bev. You right.
There you go.
You right.
Yeah, can you put that one up, Mickey? For those of you who can't see that. Yes, so no brownie points. We're not passing out cookies today, basically.
No.
No. You don't get a cookie for doing one thing.
Yeah, because this was actually about the fact that the legislature overrode him. Like they were like, we don't give a shit what you got to say about it. But yeah, that's true. True. And all the cool states are doing that.
Yes, right.
And I'm being completely sarcastic. Please don't anyone think that I'm rocking with that bullshit.
Okay. Okay. Or he knew that they had the votes to override the veto, so he went for the brownie points.
I like it. I love it. The cynicism.
I know. That sounds like the cynicism is strong with this one, and
it's strong with me too. I'm always like, okay,
yeah. And you hate
now
like that, but so many people have put us in a position where you have to think that way. Unfortunately,
force in my hand, force in my hand.
Yeah.
So now we're in C block.
Yeah, now we're in the C block where again we love to see you give us the sacrificial performative gestures. Yes. Pragmatism, yeah.
You're right. Realism.
For y'all to tell us go see your Nobby. I did not do some of my homework because that's who I am as a person, but also because I didn't have access or the time to get it. But before we go to that, there was a law passed about a woman who was intoxicated on a date and is assaulted on the date. Her attacker will not get time.
Yeah, I saw that. The judge, I think it was Texas.
It's always Texas or Florida.
I think that I do think that was Texas. I think it was a judge. I think it was a Texas judge who decreed that the intoxication just negated the whole thing. And I was like, okay.
So yeah, that's a conversation with your sons about consent. And how someone must give consent. But yeah, gotta love Texas, gotta love Florida. So yeah, all children about consent for sure.
Right.
You're absolutely right. All your children about consent. But I think we spend so much time telling girls about the ways to protect themselves, and so much time telling dudes about ways to not rape our daughters.
I told my sons, if alcohol is involved, consent is a very fluid concept, and you would do well unless you're already in a committed relationship with this person, like you're married. Like me and Hubs getting drunk and getting down is one thing, but you and Chicky that you met at a party, please don't. Please don't think that go back to my room and all that when she's falling down drunk and you're falling down drunk means that the next morning you're going to be able to say, well, we were both drunk. Like, please don't do that.
And let's be clear too, because there are folks out there who believe that a man cannot rape his wife, but you absolutely can be raped by your spouse if it's not consensual. It ain't consensual, no matter what legal ties you have to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Diva 99. We need to teach all children about consent. But I want us to spend a lot more time teaching our sons, of which I have two, to not rape women, and a lot less time teaching women about how to not get raped.
How to not be raped.
Yeah, that's exactly where we spend so much of our time. So there you go.
So Kay didn't do her homework.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because of who I am as a person. I won't even go into further excuse.
Like, I ain't got it.
It's just who I be.
I ain't got it.
But the homework was to watch Genius, Aretha Franklin, which I will be watching as I go on vacation next week.
I finished it this morning.
Yes. So Did anybody watch it? And if you did, go see or nah be. Y'all know how we do. We love a good go see or nah be. I'm here for it. I'm like, whip my chest, chin up.
I got it.
Out.
I got it.
You go ahead and pull out that grade book. You see that square?
Who you took it back? Grade book.
Put that zero in that grade book.
With ink.
Okay.
Not with the pencil. That can be, So I mean, I watched it. I laughed because
got to it because that was my main issue. That it wasn't as accessible and like it's kind of like
right. So let me tell you, it's on Hulu, but also Genius is a series that Nat Geo did, and there's other seasons. So it took me a minute because I kept going to Hulu and clicking, yes, I want to watch Genius, because they show Cynthia Erivo's picture and you think that's what it is. And then it takes you to Einstein. So it's season 3 of Genius. That's Aretha Franklin. And it's 8 episodes. And I mean, I thought Cynthia she does a good job being Aretha. But I kept laughing to myself, like, so Cynthia's hollering at us in this movie, and in the one that they released with Jennifer Hudson, she's going to be hollering at us. And okay.
But Aretha hollered at us.
She did. So, I mean, I learned some things that I didn't know about her, about Aretha, about her relationship with her father and all that, because I had heard it only one way, even though like on Girl Trek, they talked about— I was going to ask
you if you'd listened to the Girl Trek.
Yeah. They talked about some of the things, but I mean, I thought it was good. I think the makeup is great.
I mean, you're saying these words, but your tone is saying a different thing.
No, I mean, as invested as I can be, Aretha's not like, oh my God, it's Aretha. It's not like that for me. So I watched it because we said we were going to talk about it, and it was like, okay. Courtney B. Van, I mean, everybody's in it.
Yeah.
And everybody, makes an appearance. And it's just, I mean, Ryan Cameron was in it for 5 minutes. I was like, okay, what the hell? Jermaine Dupri. I mean, like, they just like, because it's filmed in Georgia. And there were places that I recognized. I was like, that is not Central Park. That is Georgia State, but cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, the music is great. And there's, things that I remember certain album covers, and I remember certain songs, but their focus was on a lot of songs that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. I didn't even know this song. And so anyway, now I want to watch Amazing Grace. So I didn't watch it when it came out. But now I want to, and I want to hear Aretha, because you hear Cynthia Erivo's voice, on this, and she does a decent Aretha, but I want to hear Aretha sing these songs now. So
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, y'all they're talking about women raping men. That's what you're like, huh? I know you're looking at me. Yeah, which absolutely happens. Absolutely happens. So yes, so that was Genius Aretha Franklin.
So nobody else watched it, just me?
Yep.
All right. So I mean, go see.
Yep. Okay, good. All right. I'm on it. So we gotta know, first of all, before we start talking about it, go see, because you can go out there and still see it or not be, the Elements versus the Isley Brothers on their verses that happened over Easter weekend. So did you watch Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers? You didn't watch it? Oh, girl, let me tell you. Okay, so first of all, let me say that shit went on forever, and I fell asleep.
And what went on forever was the opening intro by Steve Harvey, and I kept flipping over to see, like, I want to start with the music, and every time for like the first 30 minutes, I guess, I flipped over, Steve Harvey was talking, and so at that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just have to hear about it. And then I heard it went on for like 4 hours, and I was like, I wouldn't last.
There were costume changes. You could go back and watch it, Dana. Versus they saved theirs on there. And yeah, everybody, that was kind of the consensus, Mickey, that folk were like, Steve talked too much. He had one joke that literally made me LOL, where he talked about how some girl wanted to get his Earth, Wind and Fire album. He was like, you ain't that fine. And that made me, but he did. He He talked a lot. DTWS mom. Yeah, didn't finish it. It was too long. Yeah, I loved it too, but I fell asleep. But yeah, Black Twitter roasted Steve for all his
Yes, and I was having more fun in the Twitter streets than
Yes.
I was. I wasn't pressed to actually go back and did they sing or were they just kind of like
Oh, no,
uptelling
they
stories?
sang. They sang.
Because also I was like, Maurice White ain't gonna be there. I mean, I fucks with Philip Bailey, but I was just like, I don't want to hear the unmastered versions of Maurice White.
Listen, when they played Maurice's parts, Philip Bailey, nobody even sang over Maurice's parts. They just let his voice do what he does. Oh yes, the Afion Crockett.
Yes, I did see that. Yes, and Spice Adams, they were out of control.
Yes. Yeah, then he called, yeah. But y'all knew when they hired Steve to do this. I don't know why people were surprised, though. That's what got me. Because Steve legitimately loves these groups. Like he fanboys on these groups.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't just somebody they hired and said, okay, go out there and do this, MC thing. He is a fan. And in terms of Ron Isley, a friend, a close friend of these people. So we knew he wasn't just going to get out there and read from a script.
So point of order, because I saw Ron Isley, saw the pictures. And then I saw there's a groundswell of people who think that wasn't him. They were like, absolutely. We ain't never seen Ron Isley. Like they were like, I'm taking the beard off of him. That's not him. He's never looked like that. I was like, he looks like the sexiest Papa Smurf ever. And I'm just like, I put the pictures side by side. So I just wanted to say, yeah, he looks better like this than he's ever looked before. He looked less greasy and less.
I'm gonna tell you, the first 15 minutes, me and Cortland were like, "Where's Ron Isley? I thought he was gonna be here. How they gonna do it?"
Right.
Yeah, it was that. And
yes.
Yeah.
I did say less greasy. I did.
Well, I would say quasi that they really tried to, even when they did the Mr. Big songs, they cut out R. Kelly's part.
Yeah, right. How does that go?
So
you can't like, how you doing?
Yeah, he was like, hey, big moment. But yeah, everybody's like that. Ron Isley was like the epitome of I still got it. If I still got it was a person.
Somebody was like, but when he takes his clothes off, you're gonna be like, ooh, mama.
But have y'all seen his wife?
Yes.
Please tell me you've seen his wife, who is, younger than us.
I did see.
Which is nasty.
Like he talks like Elmo. Shit.
When they said, he did look good. I don't care what you say. He did.
Yeah, he did. That's what I was like, is that him?
He may be giving that young woman the worms, but he looked good.
Where's DTW? That's Dawn. Where is she at? Because that's the shit she would say, giving you worms. Old men give you worms.
They do. Old men give you worms, Yeah, she is a young hot thing.
Yeah, that's who helped him get his zaddy look together.
Oh, she did.
She's like, let me help you out with some. Because I was like, is that beard real or is he wearing like a?
No, it was real. He had to take all the biggin out. They didn't spray him at the barbershop that day with that biggin. He let it go. He was trying to embrace, had people our age on the next Facebook the next day. They watched they biggin out. They were like, oh, okay.
Gonna put that back in though. Gonna get that just for men.
Exactly. Oh yeah, but the songs, the music, boy, some of those ones that take you back and think about, oh yeah, Isaac Brothers would shout, throw your hands up. I'm like, just things you don't even connect to them anymore. I would say our generation doesn't connect to them anymore because we are, when it comes to the Isley Brothers.
Shut up.
What type of worms? Is it something I can take a pill for every month,
She said I might take a chance. Ready to risk it all.
Hey, get your little heartworm pill once a month and keep it moving.
Yes.
First of all, D Nice. People are not giving D Nice his props for curating that verses in an amazing way.
Yes,
But
it's factual, Quasi, because white people stole their songs. It's true.
yeah,
And we
exactly.
only think of them as what's been sampled. Like
Yeah,
I think I read somewhere once that the Isley Brothers are the most sampled.
I believe it. But also their discography goes on for, I mean, into,
50 years.
yeah. And so while Earth, Wind, and Fire, they have some of the, I mean, who I stand over, and we our generation knows them, but in a different way. We don't know them for current discography. We know them for all the songs we sang with our parents. I don't know, I got something caught in there, but Isley Brothers, we know them, because we know Ron Isley was Mr. Biggs. And so there's a new generation of people who know them from a more current discography. Stop it. He messed up D Nice's name.
Terrible.
Now I got to know what he called him. DJ Nice. Oh, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
We heard the Isley vinyls. My father was notorious for being like, the Isleys did that song first. Isleys did that better. Everybody was playing that on the yard. And it's like, okay.
Yes. They were saying that every time they wrote a love song, they tried to approach it as a compliment to a woman.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You and I both know we love some raunchy lyrics, but
yes, of
boy,
course.
I sure do miss the days of
there was a time
compliment to a woman.
Yeah. Instead of
right. I like the way you receive me.
Right. Like what? Versus
like,
what was that song in Wild Thoughts? Dude is like burn that pee out cremation. Like is that supposed to make me want to like have wild thoughts about you? Like I'm worried about my shit, actually. Yeah. Busted while you got it on safety.
Coming right. On. Okay. So there's one more to talk about, but I just got to ask now that we're talking about these lyrics. Y'all in the chat, in the comments, tell us some lyrics that from songs pre-2000 that you probably shouldn't have been singing, that you didn't, it took until you were older to realize what they were actually talking about. I don't remember if we've ever talked about this, but I'm gonna go first because this is everybody's. When Next was singing Too Close.
But we were old enough to know what that was.
No, but it's one of those bops that's such a bop, you don't really, you're like, oh yeah, he's straight up talking about a hard on that I want to sex you up, yes. But mine was certainly
Love Come Down.
Oh, love. Oh, how about Sugar Walls?
Ooh, yes, girl. That's my jam. Yep. I be stroking.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. The Electric Slide.
Yeah.
Obviously Nasty Girl, but that was clearly.
That was pretty clear.
It wasn't even veiled.
No, it wasn't.
But my 6-year-old self had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Red Corvette, definitely. Sugar Walls was one that I was just like, yeah, you didn't know what Next was talking about either, right? They said,
I remember hearing that the very first time and was like, what did he say?
You're making it hard for me. He's not talking about the situation.
He said, baby, when we're grinding.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh, how I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hide it.
Yeah. Baby, us dancing so close ain't a good idea because I'm gonna want you now and here.
The way you dancing on me. Okay, sorry. Makes me want you so bad sexually.
Sexual. He's like, in case this was too much innuendo.
Right.
Sexually.
Yeah, Sugar Walls.
A video shoot, Diva 929? Of what? Too Close by Next? Whoa. I would love to know what that video shoot was like. Whoa.
Right. I'm trying to think if there was, because I was super dense when it came to.
Because it's just a bop.
Yeah.
A bop. And it's muscle
memory. Long but fun. Was it now?
Oh, Sexual Healing.
Sexual Healing, yeah.
Should not have been singing that song. But
we should not have been listening to that song. That song was on the radio.
Yes. I remember my father played it all the time. That and She's a Bad Neighbor. Oh,
ooh, slow
hand.
I want a man with the slow hand. I want a lover with easy touch. I want somebody who can understand.
Not
sex
a girl in a heated rush. I'm a sex shooter.
I know Dawn is somewhere doing that. Was her shit.
Yeah, the whole corporate. We should
all the Prince songs
or watching the movie. None of that. None of that. I know. Thank y'all for indulging me on that. That's hilarious. Yeah, none of the Prince songs, not a single one. We should have been ashamed of ourselves. Okay. Yeah, somebody said Alphabet Street. I mean, there were, all the songs.
Deb, care to chime in? Yeah, I know. There had to be songs back in the day.
Oh yeah, Rick James. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Super freak.
She's a very freaky girl. Yeah. The kind you don't take home to mother. I'm today years old learning about what Alphabet Street is about.
Yeah, that's like what?
Mary Jane, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mary Jane, yeah, very good.
White horse. If you wanna ride, don't ride the white horse.
Yeah, Mary Jane. Yeah, all of these songs about drugs. What the hell are we singing? Oh my gosh.
Don't do crack, do smack.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to end on one super frustrating moment, and I need all of your all of our legal minds to move to the edge of your seat. Get your fingers hovering over your keyboard, legal minds, as we prep to talk about the Derek Chauvin trial.
I'm not watching it.
Oh, no. I watched part of the trial when I was in the soul food place picking up my baked chicken because it was on. I'm watching clips and I'm watching recaps because
I'm watching Twitter.
Yeah, I'm preserving my peace of mind. I can't, but I know you're rolling your eyes too. I know, but I will tell you, there are just moments. They are really trying to. Oh gosh, what's his name? We just watched the video, Mickey. I think you sent it to me. Maybe you didn't. The video of them trying to get the medical examiner to say that, if you had to, reclassify it today, what would you say it is? I said it was homicide.
Yeah. I did not send that to you. Right.
Tomorrow, I'm going to say it was homicide. They are really, they are trying it so hard. And between every kind of expert you say, I was listening this morning where one expert said, yeah, he had a heart attack, but it wasn't just a heart attack. It was a heart attack along with lung something. It wasn't just asphyxiation, but it was something that happened to his lungs because of the asphyxiation. Mm-hmm. And she said that combination says to us that he didn't just have a heart attack. Those two things together say that this was because of the
it's something called a PEA.
Yeah.
A pulse something. I was watching that clip. Because I was like, what's PEA? I was like, pulmonary embolus. What's the A? But that's not right. So anyway, but yes, that only those two things. Yeah. And also, debunking this idea that it was the fentanyl or that his organs were already compromised, because the ME was like, look, I didn't even take pictures of his organs because they weren't remarkable as they would have been if this had been an issue. Like his liver was super normal. His heart was super normal. It wasn't that. Yeah. But thanks for playing.
Right. It's like I saw a meme that said, if somebody goes to, they go to the hospital because they have a stab wound to the heart and they die because of the stab wound to the heart, but they also had diabetes. The diabetes didn't kill them.
Correct.
The stab wound to the heart, that's what killed them. So let's
Correct.
stop playing these games. You know, and
Yes.
so we had to see all of the memes that talked about how George Floyd is not on trial because
Stop calling it the George Floyd trial.
it's not.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if people were watching, if they were
Bev
watching,
said she's watching
or if they were just
every minute
watching.
she can.
That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me. I know my legal eagle sister is also watching it. Yes, pulseless electrical activity. Thank you, Meta. I could not come up with that to save my life just now. Yeah. I just, I can't.
Yeah, there you go. There won't be any change. So I am unclear. I'm not up to date on what's happening with the other people who were also arrested.
Their trials are just later.
Yeah, okay.
Their trials are later. They're gonna, and it's gonna be bad for them because there's not gonna be any new. I mean, there's nowhere for you to really go after all of this to say, you know, because people are coming up and they're saying like, I had this confrontation with this police officer who, you know, basically told me to stand on the fucking curb and don't say anything, and you know, all this sort of thing. So, yeah, it's gonna be. Exactly. A 2-week trial for a murder we all saw. And the defense hasn't even started yet. The defense is still, you know, rebutting. You know what I mean? They're still, you know, cross-examining. So it's going to be real.
Yeah.
Yes. Inside My Love by Minnie Riperton. Yeah.
Yeah. Very American, Quasi. That's what we do. And another thing, how, you know, we're still hearing about George Floyd's past, and we're still hearing about what drugs he may have done when, and what drug trade he may have been involved in or not. But nobody's talking about how Derek was out here restraining a 14-year-old boy, I think it was, or maybe 17.
Yeah.
Years later with this same hold that is not taught or recommended by the police department, as they're saying now. He has a history. But we don't talk about the history of the perpetrator of the crime. We're talking about the history of the victim, which I've never understood. Well, let me rephrase that. I do understand exactly why we do that, but I've never understood why more people are not outraged, and why we don't say, why the fuck are we even bringing this? Well, how is this relevant at all?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, he did. He is fighting a peace because he said he also doesn't want to incriminate himself, especially if they go with the whole he was out here selling drug stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
I know we really shouldn't have ended on such a downer. That was probably not the best idea. All right, give us some more bad lyrics so that we can end this on a good.
They are still talking about lyrics. So we got Inside My Love. Alexa commercial? Is there a new one? Or are we talking about the Michael B. Jordan one still? That always makes me feel better. Same.
I know. Yeah, Alexa commercial. I know we should have ended with the Alexa commercial.
Timeline cleanser.
Yeah.
Timeline cleanser.
I know.
Well.
I know.
We'll end with, hold on.
We'll end with our gratitude.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me something good. Tell me something good.
Tell you something good?
No, that's the song with lyrics with that.
Oh, I was like, what?
Tell me that you like it.
Yeah. I'm not a singer. Kay's the singer. I sing in the shower.
The music does sound naughty, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can't see my bottom half, but it's naughty.
Not your bottom half is naughty.
That nasty bass. Okay. So let's end with our gratitude, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us again today.
Yay.
Appreciate y'all. We love y'all's interaction in the comments. Don't be a lurker. Don't be a peeping Tom. When you in here, talk to us.
Holla at your girls.
Let us know what's up. What you doing? What you thinking? What's going on? Don't just be sitting out here looking. All right. So thank you. Again, follow us on all of our platforms. We're Twofer Blog everywhere. Okay.
Everywhere.
And then you can go out to twoferblog.com. look at our blog posts. They be so funny.
Make some comments.
Yes. So holla at us. I would love to talk to you guys just a little bit about our partners. And let me tell you why. All of our partnerships are about bigging each other up. That's really what partnerships are about here with Twofer Blog. It's about bigging each other up. So we want to big up our two-timers. So a little bit about our partners. 4 out of 5 Black and brown women are considered overweight or obese. Let's change that narrative. Curly and Spiritually Fit is a place where Black and brown women come together to take control over their health and souls. Then there's Melanin Mindscape, a blog dedicated to Black TV, Black history, and Black lit. All melanin all the time, I promise you. Creative Sippin' is a unique and exciting paint and sip studio in Chicago. They offer a variety of different activities to partner with painting, such as karaoke and comedy. A night at Creative Sippin' is a full night out, so you don't have to have several things to do. It's BYOB, so your favorite drinks and snacks are always near. And if you can't make one of the classes in the studio, then order the paint party in a box and enjoy all the fun in the comfort of your home. The Disrupting Balance blog and podcast platform uplifts women embracing the transitions and decisions in their personal and professional lives. Actionable strategies plus purposeful content equals winning a life disrupted in your favor. Go check out the Disrupting Balance blog because their blurb, it tells us about it. It's kind of nebulous. You don't really know. You don't get an idea. You got to dig in, get there, and I think you will love your time that you spend there. Spike Tea is a podcast hosted by April Nicole and Dina Haynes, 2 Black women from Atlanta, not Georgia. If you know, you know, it's not the same thing. Southern Hospitality, but spiked. They discuss a range of topics, including pop culture, current events, health, society, and even politics. Gluten-Free Black Girl inspires flavor and creativity in your gluten-free meals. Starting the journey to transition to a gluten-free lifestyle is challenging, but without representation, the frustrations grow. At Gluten-Free Black Girl, you'll find balance, comfort, and reassurance, making you feel empowered through your food, which be looking good. She has a crab cake recipe out there that's so simple and just so full of beautiful crab that just get yourself a piece, okay? Unless you're allergic, don't get yourself a piece.
Right, don't do that.
Don't do that. Clay Botanics, our handcrafted skincare blended with, why have we not figured this out yet? Ayurvedic?
That sounds right.
Every time we're like, we're going to figure out how to accurately pronounce this word. But anyway, and botanical ingredients to keep your skin and spirit feeling youthful and radiant.
Woot.
She said she's going to post this picture of herself doing the mask.
And I have the picture. I just haven't posted it. I need to do better.
Post it on our story. If you want to partner with us, message us at holla@twoferblog.com with partnership as the subject line, and we will do the rest. Let us big you up. You big us up. It's symbiotic. Let's do this thing. That, my friends, is it. Ayurvedic. Thank you.
Ayurvedic.
Thank you, because we mess it up every time. We appreciate that. Thank you all.
Love y'all. Love you, Kay.
I love you, babe. Absolutely love you, queen. Thank y'all for hanging. Let's do this again in a couple of weeks. Why not?
Woot.
All right.
Namaste. Namaste.
Y'all stupid. Bye.
Bye.